Hi, I'm Danielle Matthews, so I'm going to go through my website here. This is the home page. When you first get there, what you're going to see. You can see the big word agriculture in the middle of the page, and then life is better on the farm. That's just a quote that I've always liked. You can scroll down and see the About Me section, and it talks about all my roots being in agriculture and just how I have a passion for it, and that's something that I want to continue doing. I made sure to include other things that I do besides just being involved in ag. Something that I also love doing, which does involve ag, is taking pictures on the farm. These are things that I feel like you can keep and show your family and show others and kind of show them about the lifestyle that you have. And I enjoy looking back on pictures, like even being in Raleigh, looking back at pictures from home. Sometimes it can make just, like your homesickness a little bit better. And something else, just a hobby that I have, is crafting. I love going on Pinterest and finding little challenging projects that I can attempt to do. Sometimes they turn out to be failures, but that's okay. So then I put, wherever my career takes me, I want to stay in agriculture. That's something that I want to continue sharing with other people. I've had a chance to do it through working on campus as well as doing other things as well. You can scroll down, and there's also a link too right here that you can view my resume from here, but you can also click it at the top. But you can scroll down, and I have another picture in here, and then you can go down at the bottom and view my LinkedIn or Facebook page. But all the pictures that are in here on the site are ones that I've taken on the farm. That's things that I do. I can be in the middle of doing something, and I'll be like, oh, that'll be a perfect picture, and I'll grab my camera or my phone real quick and take a picture. All the ones that end up having to be in the pictures, like this one picture for instance, sometimes they complain about having to take a few seconds to slow down their machine or speed up a little bit, just get it perfect. But then in the long run, they love looking back at the pictures as well. So, well, the About scrolls down to there, and then you can click the cover letter. And you can see here, I have two different cover letters posted. This first one up here is from Indigo Ag. It was one that I done for the class. And then this next one is from BASF when I applied for a position with them before I knew exactly what I was going to do when I finished up school. So you can also see the picture that I have here is one of me running the combine. That's one I obviously didn't get to take. But it's one, it just shows like I enjoy doing the work and I actually do the work. I don't just sit there and ride with somebody else driving. So I thought I would include that in there to kind of, show that I do actually do this. I'm not just telling you that I do, but I can show you as well. So you can view my resume on here. And if you scroll down, you see my resume is basically typed up throughout here. And then you can go down to the bottom and click a PDF version of it. That's available on there. But you can go back up and go out of that and go over. So this picture is one that I took. I was in the middle of just scouting a field for disease, and I was like, you know what, that would be a great picture. So I stood on top of the bed of a truck and took the picture real quick. And then you can go over and see my references. And right here I have three different references. This first one here from Dr. Morgan is from when I worked with her as a counselor. She wrote my recommendation for a scholarship I was applying for, but I worked with her as an IFL counselor, and she was actually been a great contact for me. I met her before I got to state, and she's been a great mentor when I need it. This second one here is from Miss Lindsay May with Northwestern Mutual. She's the director of campus recruitment. So you can click on each of these links here and view the actual recommendation letter. The one from Lindsay May was just like kind of almost like a shout out in an email to Robin and Dr. Russ. So you can see there, I don't know why it would not stay turned when I uploaded it. Then you can also see one from Dr. Rachel Band. She's the soybean extension specialist. I've been able to speak with her at different field days and things of that such. And then I also had her in class as well. And she wrote a recommendation letter for me for a scholarship, so I included that in here. And then the picture I have here is of soybeans, if you're familiar with that. But that's just one that I took. We were in the warehouse going through doing a count, and I was like, that'd be cool. So this is basically all my website. I put agriculture on like the very front part because I was like, if you know me, that's who I am. So it just kind of re-emphasizes that. But I've really enjoyed this class so far this semester. I've learned a lot. I think that it's been very helpful having to go back through my resume and cover letter. These are things that I done freshman year, but I put some time into it, but I hadn't really put a ton of time into it. So actually having to sit down and like revamp it, especially before the career fair, I found that very useful. I've grown a lot in figuring out the best way to word things and using wording that's attractive for each job. I never really thought about tailoring my resume or anything of that such. So I found that interesting. And then I've also found that, just simple things like updating your LinkedIn with your updated resume, like just simple things like that are useful. And I know that's so much common sense there to realize, but I feel like it's often overlooked because we stay busy in school. But I've learned a lot, and I hope that I can continue to use everything that I've learned this semester going throughout. And especially this website, I hope to be able to, update it periodically and like keep my resume updated on there. And eventually, add it on a business card or something one day to give others.